Hi everyone, my name is Michelle Fesarillo from 2nd year OM Block B. My topic of report about Article 1385 to 1389. Article 1385, rescission creates the obligation to return the things which were the object of the contract together with their fruits, and the price with its interest. Consequently, it can be carried out only when he who demands rescission can return whatever he may be obligated to restore. And the next, neither shall rescission take place when the things which are the project of the contract are legally in the possession of third person who did not act in the bad faith. This article provides for mutual restitution, whether in delivery on both sides, and both parties must return what they have received from each other. It is not applicable in cases where the creditor rescinds the contract executed by his debtor in favor of other person, because the creditor will not have anything to restore in the first place since he did not receive anything from the debtor. Another next. What if the things has been acquired gratuitously from the debtor, although the transferee is in good faith? This is still obligated to return the things under the principles that no person shall be rich at the expense and prejudice of other persons like the creditors. He will restore the property in the condition it may be found without any liability to pay for the fruits he had received, if any. In addition, he is entitled to a reimbursement for necessary and useful expenses which incurred, and is not liable for the deterioration of loss of things he possesses, unless he acted with negligence or fraudulent intent after receiving judicial summons. Next, Article 1386, rescission referred to in Number 1 and 2 of Article 1381 shall not take place with respect to contract approved by the court. Article 1381. The following contracts are rescissible. Number 1. Those which are entered into by guardians, whenever the words warm, they represent superlesion by more than 1/4 of the value of the things which are the object thereof. And then number 2, those agreed upon in representation of the absentees, if the later suffer the lesion stated in the preceding number. And then, exemptions to Article 1386 are instances where there any strong, clear, and convincing evidence to show that the contracts entered into by the guardians and representatives which have been approved by the court did not observe due process. Opposition timely made out before the court. The court has no jurisdiction over the case. Example, Gardo is the guardian of Myrna. Myrna is a minor. Gardo sells the 20,000 worth property of Myrna is only 15,000. Here the contract of sales cannot be rescinded, because the lesions is not more than 1/4, unless the contract of sales is approved by the court. However, if the property is sold for less than 15,000, Myrna can rescind the sales by proper action in court upon reaching the age of majority. And then next, Article 1387. All contracts by virtue of which the debtor alienates property by gratuitous title are presumed to have been entered into a brood of creditors, when the donor did not receive sufficient property to pay all debts contracted before the donation. And next, alienation by one rose title are also presumed fraudulent when made by person against whom some judgment has been issued. The decision or attachment need not refer to the property alienated and need not have been obtained by the party seeking the rescission. In addition to this presumption, the designs to defraud creditors may be proved in any other manners recognized by the law of evidence. Circumstances denominated as badge of proof. The following are some of the circumstances attending sales which have been denominated by the court as badge of proof. Number 1. The fact that the consideration of the convenience is fictitious or inadequate. Number 2. A transfer made by a debtor after suit has been begun the while it is pending against him. Number 3. A sales upon credit by an insolvent debtor. Number 4. The transfers of all his property by a debtor, especially when he is insolvent or greatly embraces financially. And number 5. The fact that the transfer is made between father and son, when where are present some or any of the above circumstances. Number 6. The failure of the vendee to take exclusive possession of all property. Number 7. It was known to the vendee that the vendor have no properties other than the sold to him. Effects of fraud. Fraud is only one of the requisites